From the Intellifluence headquarters in sunny Scottsdale, Arizona, this is the Intellifluence Influencer Spotlight. In each episode, we sit down with an influencer from our network and we discuss their background as well as their unique approach to influencer marketing. Klyn Elsbury is a sought-after trainer, best-selling author, keynote speaker, certified neurolinguistic programming practitioner, and cystic fibrosis warrior. Klyn's story and daily work to thrive rather than survive has inspired thousands who have heard her speak and through her training programs. Klyn's principles have been shared in over 100 publications and even led to a primetime slot on U.S. Nightly News with Lester Holt, in part because she's proven that with the right training, you can radically transform your company culture, your company, and thereby your life. Cool. Well, let's kick this off. So can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you became a successful keynote speaker?
So yeah, like overnight success takes a lot of nights, right? I wrote a book in 2016 from my hospital bed. As you guys may have saw, I have cystic fibrosis. So I'm hospitalized anywhere from 2 to 6 months a year. And I'm one of the oldest people in the world with this condition. And so I wrote a book because I was freaking bored. I had nothing else going on. And I thought my mom would buy it, right? And she did, which was nice of her. Thanks, Mom. And everybody else bought it too. And so it went viral on Amazon. And then I may or may not have been having martinis one night on a beach. And this really successful guy goes, "Hey, do you want to speak at our event?" And I'm like, okay, why not? And what's so funny is like there were major celebrities at the event, like Jocko Willink, Shep Gordon, Bill Walton, and me. And it was my first real keynote, and I was the highest rated speaker, so I got signed to a bunch of agencies that day. So yay! And that's how it all like unfolded. Then I had to get off of disability because I was legally disabled, so I couldn't make any money, which was fun. And I decided like maybe there's a business here. So I told myself I'm gonna give myself 6 months, see what I can accomplish on social media. And so far people still keep tuning in. So it's been more than 6 months.
Wow, that's great.
I like that story. Yeah. I'd be drinking martinis on the beach with you. I liked that part.
Well, we got to keep it real. Like, I don't want you guys to think like, oh no, she knew what she was doing. It was a mix of dumb luck. And then, like, I tried everything right for years, but I wasn't doing much because I was like legally disabled. I was making like $1,300 off of Social Security, just enjoying the last few years of my life. And I had nothing other than LinkedIn. And I'm like, I'm going to write a book on how to be successful. And hey, world.
That's great.
Well, it worked out for you. And at what point did you branch out into influencer marketing?
Gosh, maybe literally like, I want to say it was only like 6 months ago, which is weird. So here's how it happened. This is so funny. I was at a networking event, and I hate networking events. I'm not good at them. I'm very socially awkward. And and I was trying to tell, like, at the time I thought I was a really great sales trainer because I got a couple contracts and I was walking around like really helping companies with closing percentages. And I was trying to pitch myself at this networking event, which, by the way, don't do that at networking events. And the lady in charge goes, "What are you doing in sales? I have no doubt you're great at it, but social media is what you're good at." And I'm like, "No, I'm not. I suck at it. I only have 50,000 followers. And I said that. And the guy next to me goes, "Can I hire you to run my socials?" And I go, "No, I'm not that good at it." And then another guy, like everybody kept coming up to me and saying like, "Will you teach me? Will you teach me?" And then I was finally like, "Klyn, stop chasing the wrong rabbit. Like, go down this hole." And so ever since then, it's been fun. Like, you got to embrace what you're good at. But I was afraid because so many other people have millions of followers. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And we're going to get to that question later on. But in 2018, you read 39 books and you listed them on an Instagram post. Can you share just a few of your favorites, some that have had an impact on you, whether they were last year or some you've read at the beginning of this year?
Yeah. I'm going to go with the unknown one. So here's my issue with some of the New York Times bestsellers is it's all pretty 101. Like a lot of writers have to write for 3rd to 5th grade reading comprehension nowadays. So I like the ones that like not many people know about. So I'm going to give my first shout out. If you're looking for a way of understanding sales, I always give the shout out. You need to follow Jack Daly. He started his career years and years ago, scaled multiple companies to multiple three-figure millions, if that makes sense, like 100 million plus. And what was interesting about him is he just started his Ironman training at like 57 years old, never swam before. So he's an inspiration to me, and I've read his books, Hyper Sales Growth, and now I'm blanking on the second one, but if you Google Jack Daly, he's going to come up. And not many people know about him in the influencer space, but like in corporate America, everybody knows Jack. So that was the first one. And then I'm a huge fan, I'm looking at like one of my stacks right now. I'm also a huge fan of The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. It's an old but true. It inspired me to write my book, and it talks about like how the tiny things we do every day lead to the big things that happen 10 years from now. So to not lose sight of the small things, because I think as an influencer, we chase the likes, we chase the follows, we chase the engagement on one hand, but on the other hand, like we're actually talking to humans on the other end. And those tiny moments where we can be of help to another human being, that's what creates an influencer space, if you will. You know, it's all about loving everybody. Yeah, it's really cool. It's not what you're thinking. It's not like, girl, stop apologizing. It's like, hey, say hi to somebody and actually mean it, and you'll see what happens. It's fun.
Yeah, for the first book you referenced, I'm interested in kind of maybe getting into triathlon, but I've always been, I don't swim. I mean, in the pool, I can.
You didn't either.
I cannot drown.
57.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He's a good dear friend and mentor of mine. I like stalked him after a keynote he did.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, definitely you got to check out Jack Daly.
Is he still training for it, or did he do the?
Yeah, no, he freaking does it all the time. I don't know how old he is now. He's in his 70s. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, follow him. Go to his Facebook right now and like follow him, because like he'll be in like, I'll be like, Jack, where are you at today? And he's like, oh, I just landed in India. And I'm like, what are you doing there? And he goes, a marathon and a sales training workshop. I'm like, you just don't stop. Like it's very inspirational.
Nice.
Look, you're never too old. You can do it at one point, Andrew.
Thank you, Shammy. That's very.
How old are you? You look like 30.
33.
Exactly. Shut up. You're doing an Ironman next year.
Yes, I am. You inspired me.
And what is your favorite topic to discuss in your talks?
So I'm known for two things. I've been described as like Tony Robbins meets Gary Vee, which is hilarious to me, because I'm super, like I studied neurolinguistic programming, I'm getting my master's in it, but then like, if you're messing up, I'm a curse at you. So it's kind of a weird vibe we got going on. Then I'm a female, so it's like, what is she even doing? Like she shows up in pink and then she talks like a dude. It's fan. Yeah. So I would say my favorite talks, I get requested 3 of them most often. The first one is overcoming adversity, how to turn adversity into achievement, right? There is actually a science to it, so it's always half blend art, half blend science. But there's actually 4 principles that if you're having a tough time, it's called a crucible real quick. So crucible is a life-changing moment that is sudden, usually unplanned, and it can change the entire trajectory of your life. You know, getting hit by a car, losing your limbs, divorce, moving, something like that. So when you're in the heat of it, what are the 4 strategies you can do to get out of that? And I relate everything I relate back to cystic fibrosis and entrepreneurship, which leads into the second one. I get asked a lot about, what are your views on entrepreneurship? And that's more of like a panel type discussion, because I believe, especially in the influencer space, there's never been a better time in the world for people to become entrepreneurs. We can make more money off this little device than our parents ever had the opportunity to do if they started a business. You know what I mean? And that to me is super exciting. There's a chick I follow. She doesn't know who I am. She's like 18. Her name's Klyn Elsbury. And what's fascinating about her is she was too short to be a model, and she's really passionate about fashion at a young age. And so she just built her Instagram account. She's got like over 600,000 followers, and now fashion industry is coming to her to model their stuff, when she couldn't get in before. So like, if you have a dream and a goal and there's something you want to do, like pick up your freaking phone. You know what I mean? If you're business savvy and you've got the personality, like you can crush it in ways nobody thought. And then my third one is the tactical how-to social media. And that's what Shark School is, which is the underside of my business. I teach people how to do this, teach them how to be sharks.
So what's been your favorite brand partnership to date?
Ooh, okay. So you guys see the movie 5 Feet Apart? It was just in theaters.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen it, but I've seen the promotion for it.
Okay, so she has cystic fibrosis, same thing as I do. And I, coincidentally, it's right there, Like, can't see it, but I have, yeah. Just come on over, right? Here's where I live. My address is below. No, but you guys are fun. No, so there's this product called, and this is totally unpaid plug for them because I love them so much, but it's a product called Afflovest. And what it is it's like this jacket I'm wearing, but it's got little motors inside it. And so it shakes my lungs to force me to cough up the infections. And before Afflovest, my machine that did that was like 60 pounds. I kid you not. Like, it was the worst. I never did my treatments because it was so inconvenient. And we partnered. I took a couple selfies, and then they flew me out to Austin to do a keynote for their global sales meetings. And just the company, they're passionate. They care about the CF population. And then the product, like, it's changed my life. I can do my treatments anytime I want now. I can do them at the gym. It's weird. People make fun of me, but I do it.
So where do you see influencer marketing in the next 5 years or so?
I mean, for me, I don't want to call it rapid success, but it was funny. I was flipping back through my Instagram last night, paying attention to the analytics, and I noticed a year ago in like one of the biggest keynotes of my life, I had a photo of me on stage, and it was a great photo. It had drama. It was like, like it was insane. And the thing that was great about it, why am I telling you guys this? It got like 32 likes. Like, I'm like, what? Nobody cares. Because nobody knew who I was or what I was up to then. And now if I post that, like, I don't even want to know what happened. So my direction personally, I think everybody needs to at least strive to be an influencer. Even if you have a big company, like, you need to be the face, because people are so tired of, well, we stand for safety. Really? Like, who are you? I want to buy from people now. I don't want to buy from brands. And if the person is the brand, it makes sense, especially millennials. Like, we stay in jobs for 6 months. If we don't like our boss, like, we're out, peace. And we should be, because we don't have to settle for that life anymore, because we are the brokest generation there ever was. And with a little bit of savviness, you can break the whole system like, Kaylin did. Kaylin's probably not, and me. But like, that's kind of the beauty of it. So 5 years from now, if you're not catching on now, I feel bad for you. Like, you can change your entire life. And I don't think this is going anywhere. I think it's going to get stronger for a relatively little ad spend. If you're a major brand, you can reach thousands of people that your entire marketing department couldn't figure out how to meet if you partner with an influencer. And I believe that micro influencers are where it's at, because the big ones, you get like that hashtag ad, and it's all like kind of wordy, and like the reach isn't as big because the fans aren't highly engaged. Some of them they are, but you can get 100,000 likes and still nobody's buying from you. But these micro influencers, like, the engagement and the depth of the connections, people buy. And I think there's a big play there. So if anyone's even debating getting into this, I think this is revolutionary. I think it's going to get stronger, deeper, and more monetizable.
Yeah, you summed up the power of the pure influencer very well, the micro influencer. I like it. And so what advice do you have for influencers that are just getting started and they might be overwhelmed with what it takes to grow their audience? They're like, well, 50,000 followers, that's going to take me a while, because I have 3 and one of them is my mom who bought my book. No. Did you at least give your mom a coupon code for your book?
I needed that $12, dang it. Like, I needed that $12. It's funny. My fiance sometimes will ask me questions. I just came out with a kit. This is not a shameless plug. This is a story, okay? If you want it cool, like, email me. We'll figure something out. But it's like 750 must-have digital marketing hacks for social media and how to build your business. Like, all the websites, all the tools, some of them are probably gray hacks. We'll call it what it is. And dang it, where was the story go? Oh, and I was showing this to my fiance last night. And I'm like, look how cool this is. Like, people are buying it. And he was like, can I buy it? Or he goes, can I have it? And I go, for $97. And he goes, babe, like, I pay rent here. And I go, yeah, do you want me to ever pay rent? Because I need your money now if you want this toolkit. Because, like, it was just funny. And like, he, if he wants it, sure, I guess he can have it. But you should probably pay for it. So that's where I kind of think it's all going to, is like, a little bit, if you're just starting out, you don't have money. First of all, none of us do when we start. So cool, you're not alone. Embrace the suck. Yeah, that's my word for today, because what you do is going to suck. And I firmly believe this. If you look back at where you were 6 months ago and you're not embarrassed a little, you haven't made progress. Like, I went through my book literally a couple weeks ago because I was filming the Audible. And like, this thing has like thousands of spelling errors. Like, it's embarrassing that I even put this out in the market. And so I'm like, I could be embarrassed and take it off, or I could be like, you know what? Wow, I've grown so much. So if you suck at something, great. I hope you sucked more yesterday than you did today, and you'll be fine.
Want to join Intellifluence as an influencer for free? It's easy. Visit Intellifluence.com, click on the influencers link, and then click on the Join for Free button to sign up. Once you have registered, you will get immediate access to our influencer marketplace where you can browse relevant offers from brands and apply on the spot. You'll also be eligible to receive attractive product and service pitches from brands. There's absolutely no cost to join as an influencer, so we hope you take advantage of our service. Also, be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and well, you know the drill. Until our next episode, keep being awesome.